Raising the minimum wage follows the principle that families should be strengthened economically to reduce economic hardship by rewarding honest work for healthier communities, bringing prosperity to businesses and societies. When minimum wage is raised, it shows increased purchasing power. Thus, wages should be judged by affordable housing, food, healthcare, transportation, childcare, and luxuries for families. Since supporting increased consumer spending fits this rule, it supports stronger economic activity and local businesses. When workers are paid livable wages, it shows less public assistance and reduced government spending. Thus, greater financial independence should be judged by personal responsibility and stability for families. Since striving toward long-term economic security fits this rule, it supports paying workers livable wages. When public assistance and government spending is reduced, it helps full-time workers meet basic expenses without sacrificing essential needs. Thus, such reduction should be judged by improving overall well-being and creating opportunities. Since more productive and financially secure households nationwide fit this rule, it supports raising the minimum wage. When minimum wage is increased, it shows improved employee morale. Thus, morale should be judged by increasing motivation, productivity, loyalty, and job satisfaction. Since job satisfaction fits this rule, it supports reducing absenteeism, creating workplaces where businesses benefit from committed, experienced, and dependable employees every day. When workers are paid a livable wage, it shows businesses experiencing lower employee turnover. Thus, a livable wage should be judged by competitive wages encouraging workers to remain longer, reducing hiring, recruitment, onboarding, and training costs. Since improving customer service through experienced and knowledgeable staff fits this rule, it supports paying workers livably. When parents are paid livable wages, it shows children benefit. Thus, wages should be judged by parents providing nutritious meals, stable housing, educational opportunities, and healthcare. Since safer environments, supporting stronger development, better academic performance, and brighter future economic prospects fit this rule, it supports raising wages for parents. When workers are paid a livable wage, it shows increased consumer spending circulating throughout communities. Thus, livable wages should be judged by supporting restaurants, stores, service providers, manufacturers, and small businesses. Since encouraging investment, job creation, and broader economic growth for many industries fit this rule, it supports raising the minimum wage. When wages are paid capable of supporting families, it reinforces the principle that full-time employment should provide dignity, opportunity, and reasonable financial security. Thus, a livable wage should be judged by reasonable financial security rather than leaving hardworking people struggling despite consistent effort every week. Since these results fit this rule, it supports raising the minimum wage. When minimum wage is higher, it narrows income inequality. Thus, raising earnings for lower-paid workers should be judged by strengthening economic mobility and helping hardworking families. Since families participating more fully in economic opportunities and community life fit this rule, it supports paying workers higher wages. When families are supported by a minimum wage, it reflects the belief that honest work deserves fair compensation. Thus, family support should be judged by enabling workers to contribute productively, raise children responsibly, and build stronger communities. Since such greater shared prosperity fits this rule, it supports raising the minimum wage. Therefore, because raising the minimum wage and its benefits are true, it all logically follows from consistent evidence and reasoning.